JSC commissioners who are here. Allow me, Your Excellency, to welcome you and all the guests to this institution. And before I continue with my brief remarks, Your Excellency, we have a short video. I know you have gone round, but for the benefit of those who have not gone round, it's just 5 minutes, Your Excellency, just 5 minutes. And then okay, thank you. The volume.
Sound team, kindly let's have sound on the video.
It is easily accessible by public means, private vehicles, and has a... Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital is a modern tertiary health facility with state-of-the-art services that ensure delivery of cutting-edge health and medical research in Kenya and the region. Located on a 100-acre piece of land in Nairobi County, Kenya, the Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital is a level 6 hospital with a bed capacity of 650. It is easily accessible by public means, private vehicles, and has a helipad to enhance accessibility, especially in an emergency. One of the cancer treatment services now available at Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital is CyberKnife treatment. This is a painless and non-invasive treatment for cancerous and non-cancerous tumors. The CyberKnife delivers precise pulses of high-dose radiation that target certain tumors and other abnormal tissues while limiting exposure to surrounding healthy tissues.
Contrary to what the name suggests, CyberKnife is actually not a knife, but rather an advanced radiotherapy machine that delivers very high doses of radiation with sub-millimeter accuracy.
It's really good for us to have this sort of specialized machine here because it's, first of all, it's non-invasive. It means that it is very safe and effective for treating cancers, and of course we are excited for us to have this kind of treatment here because Kenyans, it means Kenyans now will no longer be going to India or other countries seeking those services.
We needed to get an equipment which can provide precision treatment, and that is why we started thinking, okay, we now can diagnose cancer at very early stages, but what do we do about those patients who need treatment? And we needed now to think of then completing that continuum from diagnostics to treatment. And then we started looking for one machine which can, complement what we have, but very specialized so that people don't have to go out of the country to seek this particular service. Some of the conditions that can be treated using CyberKnife mainly is both cancerous tumors and non-cancerous tumors. This machine is the second one in Africa after Egypt.
The hospital's flagship project is oncology. Because of the specialized nature of the treatment, the facility is purely of a referral nature, with patients being referred from other hospitals.
So this CyberKnife that is going to be launched on Monday by His Excellency the President is speaking to the thinking that we need and we have as government developed specialized treatment for non-communicable diseases.
As you are well aware that on the continuum of care of cancer, WHO has played CyberKnife as the best, actually the topmost, in terms of precision, in terms of dealing with the surgeries, dealing with cancer cases. It's also important for Kenyans to know that those who are registered on NHIF, they can access cancer treatment, including this CyberKnife that is being commissioned by Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital. So long as you have your NHIF card, you should be able to access cancer care.
Our vision remains to be a premier national referral hospital renowned for clinical excellence, medical training and research that enhances quality of lives for Kenyans and the regional citizens with the mission to enhance quality of lives through provision of quality, patient-centered and evidence-based healthcare training, innovation and state-of-the-art technology.
Your Excellency, on behalf of the hospital's board of directors and indeed the entire hospital fraternity, I thank you for the support that your government, through the Minister of Health, extends to this hospital. The government support has facilitated continued rolling out and operationalization of key facilities and services to address healthcare delivery in our country and beyond. Your Excellency, sir, ladies and gentlemen, this hospital opened its doors to the public 3.5 years ago when we received the first patient. We have continued to grow with an inpatient population of now averaging 360 inpatients, and 800 outpatients who access our specialist healthcare services every day, the majority being cancer patients. The acquisition of and installation of CyberKnife in Kenya, and specifically this hospital, is a great national achievement, Your Excellency. The CyberKnife is a timely addition to two other critical but rare equipment, the PET-CT and the SPECT-CT, which are not available in East and Central Africa. This is the only public hospital with these machines. Your Excellency, the PET-CT and SPECT-CT are imaging equipment that enables detection of cancer at very early molecular stages compared to other imaging equipment. The availability of these machines has seen a reduction of Kenyans who go outside the country to seek early cancer diagnosis and increase the number of patients from our neighboring countries seeking for cancer care services here in this hospital. Your Excellency, the hospital has, through this scanning equipment, transformed imaging services and made it possible for Kenyans and regional citizens to get accurate and quality diagnoses that are critical to proper management of cancerous and non-cancerous tumors. Your Excellency, sir, for us to perfect cancer treatment, it is important to determine the genetic makeup of cancer cells so that the treatment can be targeted to the particular type of cancer. This is what is happening in the US and other countries, Your Excellency. For hospitals in Kenya, including this one, for one to determine the genetic makeup of the disease, the samples are taken outside the country for analysis using a machine called next generation sequencing machine. And the results take about 4 weeks to get back. Your Excellency, we are requesting with humility that this machine, which costs about 255 million, be installed in this facility so that we can be analyzing the genetic makeup of cancer cells in a short time and inform and start targeted treatment before the disease spreads further. Your Excellency, from January 2022, when the molecular imaging started, the hospital has scanned over 6,000 patients. The leading cancer from the number of patients we have scanned is breast cancer. The hospital statistics corroborate with the national and global statistics, which indicate that breast cancer has the highest prevalence in Kenya of about 20%, which is higher than the global prevalence of 15%. To address the high prevalence of breast cancer, Your Excellency, this hospital has set up a temporary breast care center with an intention of eventually moving the services to a dedicated comprehensive breast care center. As we showed you, sir, when you came, we feel that a one-stop shop for breast cancer patients will support them, give them privacy, create community of support system all under one roof. If this is achieved, Your Excellency, it will be the only breast cancer center in the region, because the only one that we know is in UK. And in time, sir, we will be able to contain the disease, especially if we are able to determine the genetic makeup of the patients, given that in every 5 women and 1 in 10 men, they are likely to develop cancer in their lifetime. The construction and equipping of the Comprehensive Breast Cancer Center, Your Excellency, will cost about 1 billion shillings, and we request your government to support the actualization of this vision for dealing with the breast cancer cases in our country. Your Excellency, sir, besides the cancer diagnostic services, the hospital provides surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation therapy as treatment options for cancer. For radiation therapy, the hospital has 1 LINAC machine, Your Excellency, as we explained to you, and brachytherapy machine, as we showed you. Though the 2 radiation therapy machines are optimally used, the hospital continues to register long patients waiting times. For instance, patients booked for radiotherapy services are now waiting for up to 3 to 4 months, which is detrimental to the disease management plan. This is despite the hospital management deciding to run 3 shifts, with the third shift running from 9 p.m. at night to 4 a.m. in the morning, to try and reduce these numbers. Your Excellency, these people waiting for radiotherapy are already sick, and as they wait, the disease is continuing to spread. Your Excellency, as we informed you while we are at the radiotherapy area, the hospital has a ready bunker for the second LINAC machine. When the hospital was conceptualized, there was provision for 2 bunkers, and 1 bunker is still without machine. Installing the machine in this available bunker will see us treating another 115 patients per day, thus reducing the waiting period to a few days, as clinically recommended instead of months. We will consequently save lives, Your Excellency. The LINAC machine, which we have requested through our ministry, cost about 300 million, and though expensive, it will help save the waiting period and reduce mortality for these people who are sick and they cannot access treatment. As you have seen, sir, the CyberKnife is ready to start treatment since it is stored and fully functional. After today, Your Excellency, Actually, engineers will undertake the final testing, undertake the soft run and the dry run, and in 2 weeks' time, the CyberKnife services will commence with treating the first patient. Your Excellency, the CyberKnife is a valuable addition to the continuum of advanced care to our patients. The equipment will be used for precision treatment, as we have explained to you, sir, ensuring that tumors in various parts of the body are treated very, very accurately. The CyberKnife will increase the range of management options for various conditions and tumors such as brain, liver, pancreas, head, neck, spine, lung, prostate, and others. It will be a variable, painless alternative to conventional surgery for a variety of cancerous and non-cancerous tumors. Given that the molecular imaging services we described are available in this public facility, the country has continued to make critical savings from would-be outbound medical tourism. These combinations of molecular imaging, which we are already doing, and the precision treatment just about to start, will lead better outcomes for our patients. Both services are supported by NHIF. Your Excellency, sir, before I conclude, allow me to bring to your attention that the hospital has attended to many pediatric patients who have been referred from level 4 and 5 hospitals across the country. At the moment, the hospital has only 1 pediatric ward, and many times pediatric patients take up space in the adult wards despite their vulnerability. The scenario is not unique to this hospital, Your Excellency, since research indicates that children take up 25% of beds in our hospitals. Your Excellency, this country does not have a fully dedicated public hospital for children. We made a proposal 8 years ago to the government, Your Excellency, to put up a pediatric referral hospital wing for the children. Our proposal was found favorable, sir, I think 7 years ago, and allocated an initial grant of 500 million. The foundation was done, but we never got further funding, which stalled the project. Our humble request, sir, is that your government supports to enable completion of the stalled children teaching and referral hospital with dedicated pediatric cancer wing. In conclusion, sir, for sustained benefits from CyberKnife services, as you have seen during our tour, this hospital has recruited the requisite specialists who include radiation oncologists, and Your Excellency, this was your concern, radiation therapists, medical physicists. The hospital has also engaged Dr. Shrida, a clinical oncologist from India, who is an expert in CyberKnife services, having operated over 2,000 patients. So in terms of human resource, Your Excellency, we are up to the task. Your Excellency, the Hospital Board of Directors and Management, therefore, assures you of the full utilization of the facility in support of your government's healthcare agenda on provision of quality healthcare services for all Kenyans. With these few remarks, Your Excellency, allow me to invite one of our key guests today, Honorable Martha Koome, our Chief Justice of Kenya and President of the Supreme Court, to make her remarks. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto. I recognize the Prime Cabinet Secretary, our Cabinet Secretaries, all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. Thank you very much for inviting me, Professor Orib Mugenda. I'm here, first of all, to congratulate you for this milestone, the launch of the CyberKnife. I'm here also as a client of this hospital to bear witness that this is a world-class facility that we in the judiciary found fit to patronize. And I'm here to encourage other government agencies, public bodies, also to try and patronize Kenyatta University Hospital. I'm particularly elated about this occasion where we launched the CyberKnife. This is a clear indication that our country is steadfast in our commitment to upholding the fundamental rights and freedoms of our citizens. The right to health services is not merely a constitutional provision, but a moral imperative that all of us must strive to achieve, and I dare say access to healthcare, quality healthcare, is also akin to access to justice. The commissioning of the CyberKnife at KUTRRH this afternoon is a major stride in fulfilling this obligation. Not only does it signify our nation's dedication to safeguarding the health and well-being of its people, but it also serves as a beacon of hope for the countless individuals and families affected by the ruthless scourge of cancer. By making this medical service available in Kenya, we are effectively breaking the barriers to access to health that have previously hindered many from receiving the care they need and deserve, and therefore affecting the implementation of the fundamental right to accessible and affordable health care for all. We in the judiciary have enjoyed a wonderful relationship with this hospital through our wellness program. Through this program, members of the judiciary, Your Excellency, have been able to access high standard of medical care at affordable costs. And recently, the Supreme Court had a visit to India, where we visited one of the facilities for wellness, and we could not compare this facility with the one we visited in India. This is truly a world-class facilities. All employees in the judiciary scheme of service are now able to access a wellness package with an overnight stay in a private suite. You have seen the suites, Your Excellency, they look like a house. We have negotiated with our insurance providers and KUTRRH to facilitate preventive healthcare procedures to detect early onset of cancer and other chronic diseases. This relationship has enhanced productivity in the judiciary and given our employees an opportunity to access high-quality health care without the need to travel outside the country. We engaged with the hospital upon realizing that our judges, judicial officers, and members of our staff had difficulties accessing early diagnostic services for cancer and other chronic conditions. By the time they went to India or other places for further treatment, it was often too late. We are glad that accessing diagnostic services through the CyberKnife will now be part of this package. In conclusion, again, my hearty congratulations to Kenyatta University's Teaching, Referral, and Research Hospital, the Board of Management, led by the chairperson, Professor Orib Mugenda, the Government of Kenya, and all the stakeholders involved in this momentous achievement. May the CyberKnife serve as a beacon of hope and healing for our nation, and may it pave the way for even greater advancements in our pursuit of a healthier Kenya. Thank you, and God bless you.
With your permission, Your Excellency, allow me now to call Mr. Adama Tiam, the Head of Emergency Operations and Logistics from WHO, to come and make his remarks. Karibu.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, honorable guests, Professor, CS Health, representative of WHO, it's an honor for me to be here today and to have the opportunity to say thank you to the government of Kenya for their generosity towards WHO and WHO's work for Africa. Your Excellency, under the leadership of the Regional Director of WHO, Dr. Moeti, I was tasked to come to Kenya and enter into negotiation with the government officials with support of my dear brother, the representative of WHO, Dr. Diallo in Kenya. Let me say, I was very impressed with the engagement of the government, which has allocated 30 hectares of land for the establishment of WHO hub for Kenya, but also for Africa. In addition to this, there was also a commitment by the government to actually give $5 million towards the construction, and WHO, under the leadership of Dr. Moeti, will make all efforts to mobilize the necessary resources in order to complete the project in a timely manner. In addition to the land and the financial commitment, another important aspect which has been granted to WHO by the government of Kenya is a blanket customs clearance. This is one of the most critical aspects for us to be able to receive supplies in a timely manner, but also ship them to emergency areas. And for this, Your Excellency, we thank you very much. We thank the government of Kenya. Since we started operations here, before the hub has been even established, we were able to enter into a contractual agreement with the private sector to just test why WHO Afro has chosen Kenya, because of its strategic location. From here, we supported already 25 countries affected by emergencies. Before we came here, it used to take us 45 to 67 days to deliver supplies to emergency areas. Today, that lead time has been reduced to 3 days, which is commendable. This helps save lives because, as I tell my colleagues, logistics support, and I'm sure the CS will know about this, represents 70% of emergency response, because without the supplies and the logistics, you cannot actually assist the needy people. So for this, we thank you very much. We supported Kenya for many diseases here, including cholera, drought, Horn of Africa, and more. Kenya will be the first beneficiary because we are just here. In case of an emergency, our representative will ask for the support in coordination with the Minister of Health, and we'll provide that support in a very timely manner. So we'll do the same for the rest of Africa. Mr. President, thank you very much, and we look forward to implementing the hubs in a very, very fast manner. Thank you.
Next, Your Excellency, with your permission, allow me to now invite the Cabinet Secretary for Health, Ms. Susan Nakumicha, to then give her remarks, and then after that invite the Prime Cabinet Secretary and continue with the program. Welcome.
Your Excellency, the President, Honorable William Samoei Ruto, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, my colleague Cabinet Secretaries and Principal Secretaries present, WHO country representative, members of Parliament led by our Health Committee, all other dignitaries present, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Your Excellency, I am indeed very delighted to stand before you today on this momentous day, not just for this institution, but for the Ministry of Health and for the country at large. And thank you very much, sir, for honoring our invite to grace this occasion and commission the CyberKnife. Your Excellency, as you are aware, the disease burden due to NCDs is not just a Kenyan challenge, but a global challenge. And Your Excellency, this institution is our National Center of Excellency for Management of Oncology. And I want to thank Your Excellency that through your guidance, this institution has lived to its expectations. That besides launching the CyberKnife, which is at the end of the continuum of care for oncology, it also has a PET scan that does diagnosis of cancer. And Your Excellency, they have continued to provide expertise to the 10 regional cancer centers that we have within the country. Your Excellency, I'm happy that besides them being able to take care of cancer, they are also providing care and expertise to the other centers through the hub and spoke model. And I am aware, Your Excellency, that this institution has already signed MOUs with our different cancer centers, and they're able to provide that expertise. Your Excellency, having said that, this institution as well is giving us what we asked for in our plan of Kenya Kwanza on matters universal health coverage. That besides providing service, they are also a teaching institution. And Your Excellency, they are teaching specialized nurses, as we have had during the tour. And besides that, they are also providing a collegiate training for medical doctors in surgery, in anesthesia, and in, what is the other one, Professor? Internal medicine. Thank you very much. So Your Excellency, they are living to our expectations. And besides that, Your Excellency, I want to confirm to you that they are aligned with our universal health coverage program. And we are working together with them to ensure that there is access to care through the essential benefits package, Your Excellency, that we have developed with the NHIF, and through your guidance, the critical care fund that you have told us to ensure that it is in place to be able to be accessed by Kenyans who end up with critical conditions such as cancer. Your Excellency, we are on course, and we are happy indeed with your directive of changing how healthcare is managed in this country, that we are shifting healthcare from curative to preventive and promotive healthcare. Your Excellency, I would like to report to you that as a ministry, we are ready now in the next month to be able to launch the community health promoters. And Your Excellency, the 100 community health promoters that we are going to launch are the game changers in management of oncology. Our expectation, Your Excellency, is that these community health promoters will be able to go into households and therefore be able to do screening, early screening, and send the patients to hospitals and to centers of care. Your Excellency, that is a game changer. And globally, that is the direction that everyone is taking in management of oncology besides having this equipment. Your Excellency, now I would like really to invite you. We have seen with you the Wellness Center. It is a state-of-the-art wellness center. And on behalf of this institution, and with the testimony that we have received from our Madam Martha Koome, Your Excellency, I would like to invite you to partake, and also to invite my colleagues and the senior colleagues in government, that not to view this institution as the public institution of those days. It has reformed. These are state-of-the-art, and I invite my colleagues that we come and take care of our wellness, because the answer lies in early detection of these NCDs I know many of us could be struggling with diabetes. A number of us could be struggling with hypertension. And indeed, when we visit a wellness center, then we are able to take care of these issues. Your Excellency, I'm pleased and very happy that today you made it to be with us. I know many have been asking of what we are doing at the Ministry of Health, and I'm quite sure that you're also going to highlight and agree with them that you have been giving us the push to ensure that we are able to unpack your universal health coverage. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. And with those few remarks, allow me to invite the Prime Cabinet Secretary to make his remarks. Asante sana.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the board members of this very, very beautiful institution, my fellow cabinet secretaries, Governor of Kiambu, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I will be very brief because we've been doing some exercise. And maybe some of us have got to become candidates for the Wellness Center. Let me also acknowledge the legislators who are here. Your Excellency, there is a famous saying that you have executed something with the precision of the surgeon. I think now we get a new vocabulary. We now shall be talking of CyberKnife precision. When I was listening to the experts, and they were able to tell us that the CyberKnife is able to be as precise as a single human hair strand. That is, the laser can become as small as the human hair strand, one. Then that tells you that indeed technology can take us very far. Your Excellency, the second point is that this is also a milestone, and it shows us that Kenyans can achieve a lot if we are focused. If we can have that CyberKnife precision, we can go places. Some of the diseases they talk about here are diseases that bankrupt families. First of all, you inflict the pain, the emotional pain, and then they inflict the financial pain. Many families have gone to ruin because either they have not been able to access this kind of medical service at an affordable cost, at a realistic cost, or alternatively because it's not there at all. So I think we all owe it to the team here to really congratulate them in taking this very bold step and making Kenya one of the first in this particular technology. Your Excellency, I think I will stop there so that I don't lose the principle of the new vocabulary, CyberKnife precision. Can I request you all to be upstanding so that we can invite His Excellency the President to make his remarks? Asante sana na makofi kidogo.
Asante sana, Prime Cabinet Secretary. We may take our seats. Thank you. Mr. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, our Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court, Madam Martha Koome, the Chairperson of this great institution, Professor Mugenda, CSS President, Permanent Secretaries, the CEO of this great institution, Professor from the Vice Chancellor of Kenyatta University, members of Parliament present here, led by the Chair of the Health Committee in Parliament and a Member of Parliament for this constituency. Professionals present here, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Hamjambo. I believe all of us here have been brought together by this very important event, primarily because of our commitment to provide healthcare services that will enable the people of Kenya enjoy the highest attainable standards of health. This constitutional mandate bestowed on us by the Constitution challenges us to find ways of developing an accessible, affordable, and effective national healthcare system that delivers the best preventive as well as curative services. As government, we have made a commitment to the people of Kenya that we shall harness the post-pandemic recovery momentum to make significant progress in reversing and minimizing the burden of non-communicable diseases, especially cancer, heart diseases, and diabetes-related complications. Additionally, we are acutely aware of the drastic socioeconomic impact of these diseases. Many Kenyan households live under the threat of having all their savings wiped out by illness, and 36% of Kenyans risk falling into poverty on account of catastrophic financial expenditure. Our commitment under the universal health coverage pillar of our bottom-up economic transformation agenda consists of a well-considered intervention to ensure that we fulfill our obligation to deliver the best possible level of medical treatment and healthcare services affordably, efficiently, and in an inclusive manner. As has been articulated by CS for Health, I have taken long hours, many hours, with my team at the Health Department to figure out how we are going to do this together with our counties to ensure that this time round we get it right. We have attempted universal health coverage twice, and we have not succeeded. I have told my team this time there is no chance for us to fail. We do not have the luxury to fail. And that is why we are having a paradigm shift on matters health. While we support the entire ecosystem of curative health, we have to reimagine and focus our attention this time round on preventive and promotive interventions as a way of minimizing cost and arresting situations at the earliest possible opportunity. To succeed in this commitment, we are deeply conscious of the fact that health is a devolved function requiring us to employ consultative and collaborative mechanisms of intergovernmental cooperation and partnership with due regard to the evolving role of donors and other stakeholders. Access and quality are the most salient concerns in considering the ways and means of delivering healthcare to Kenyans. For this reason, it is extremely important for us to sustain the momentum in which we have expanded the infrastructure to house various categories of health facilities and equip them with the equipment and technologies required. It is also important to accompany this development program with interventions to radically bring down the cost of treatment to a level where it is no longer a barrier to access for the majority of Kenyans. And I agree with the comments made by the chair of this great institution that we have waiting lists running into months for access to chemotherapy, for access to linear machines in our various institutions. At the moment, we only have 3 linear machines in public hospitals, 1 in this great institution, 1 in Kenyatta, and 1 in Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital. I want to say that going into the future, I have also received requests for a linear machine in Nakuru, Mombasa, and Garissa. And now I have also gotten a request that you have an extra bunker in this facility. I want to commit to you, as I do to the other 3 hospitals in Nakuru, Mombasa, and Garissa, that these LINAC machines will be delivered in the next 120 days. The Ministry of Health is properly guided on the mechanism for the delivery of these machines, and I agree that we should reduce the time Kenyans have to wait for treatment from months to days. Hopefully, with the delivery of these 3 machines, Kenyans will have to wait for hours. Hopefully. I am really hoping that that is the direction we want us to go. Any additional equipment that will be required, we are going to have a conversation. We have already agreed with the ministry on how we are going to deliver on the critical equipment that are required for the proper functioning of our health facilities across the country in a manner that is cost effective, in a manner that does not put costs ahead of service, in a manner that we have clarity. The cardinal plank of the government's commitment, therefore, include the reform of the National Hospital Insurance Fund to become a social health insurance scheme that can support universal health coverage and expand its operational capacity. And again, let me say that we have taken time. We have interrogated the new National Health Insurance Scheme legislation. We have gone through the regulations that were taken to court by some of our partners, and we have agreed, in fact, with some of the proposals of our partners, that there is no need for matching of our contributions on health, and therefore we will be presenting, we have 2 final meetings with my team, and then we will be presenting the regulations and the new amendments to the law to Parliament, hopefully by 15th, I think, Susan, by 15th of this May, so that again you can interrogate the regulations and give us the legal and operational framework for us to deliver universal health coverage. This time, I have said, failure is not an option. Today, and I'm happy that members of the Committee on Health are here. We have taken long hours, and we will shortly, by the 15th, I think we have the final meeting on the 11th. By the 15th, you will get regulations, the new regulations, the ones that were challenged in court. We have looked at the issues that were raised, and we have agreed with some of them so that we can fast track the delivery of universal health, because it is a commitment we made to the people of Kenya, and it is a worthwhile commitment because health is a very critical aspect of public goods that the Constitution demands of us to deliver to the people of Kenya. Further, we are committed to integrating preventive and promotive health into the universal health care coverage. Beyond this, it is our intention to build a transparent and efficient supply chain management system integrated with ICT in medical services to promote telemedicine and establish health management information systems. Again, on this aspect, we are in discussion with many partners to help us deliver on this very critical aspect of using technology, using ICT to make health services easily affordable and accessible. I was very happy when I went through the facilities in this hospital that a professional was responding to questions. A professional, I think she was in Nyandarua. Was actually addressing the needs and assisting in diagnosing what was going on here in Kenyatta. That is what technology can bring. It can reduce the distance. It can make many more doctors, many more professionals available on technology, online, using the digital platform, so that we can better serve and better dispense health products. Let me also say this event is therefore a true milestone in our national healthcare journey, because we are here to launch a center which represents the convergence of high standards of treatment, state-of-the-art technology, affordability, and effectiveness in cancer treatment. And I can testify the way Chief Justice has that indeed the facilities here are world-class. At this center, which is equipped with a broad variety of sophisticated diagnostic imaging technologies, Kenyatta University Teaching, Research, and Referral Hospital will deploy an advanced robotic radiation treatment machine known as the CyberKnife, which introduces revolutionary capabilities and enhanced efficacy in cancer treatment by locating, tracking, and accessing tumors that are ordinarily difficult to reach with precision. Again, I agree. Now we will move to CyberKnife precision. The technology is therefore able to administer more radiation with great precision, meaning that fewer sessions, maybe 4 to 5 only, instead of 20 to 30, are required, with each session lasting only between 5 and 15 minutes. This will significantly improve treatment outcomes and be able to deliver these services better, affordably, and much more effectively. Cumulatively, these advantages lead to shorter recovery period, minimal side effects, and better overall outcomes. The government therefore intends to sustain its investment and support for highly advanced diagnostic and treatment equipment to actualize the highest standard of treatment and care for all people. The CyberKnife technology at this hospital is the second in our continent, the only other being in Egypt. This propels Kenya to the frontier of advanced medical technologies and catalyzes our strategy to quickly emerge as an advanced regional and international medical hub. Its location is in a public hospital sends a strong signal to all Kenyans that it is no longer necessary to travel far away for advanced treatment that are now available, accessible, and affordable in our public hospitals. Kenyans who are already covered under the NHIF can receive radiation therapy without paying any top-ups. And I was pleasantly surprised that at every turn in this hospital, I was told the services available here are paid for by NHIF. And it gives me the inspiration to reform the NHIF and make it good and fit for purpose. Medical professionals trained in Kenya remain globally acclaimed. Our medical facilities, including infrastructure, equipment, and technologies, are undergoing a drastic transformation on account of immense public, private, and not-for-profit investment. The case for traveling out of the country for medical attention is weakening by the day, while that for receiving treatment locally is now much more compelling. The hospital's diagnostic imaging facilities have processed more than 6,000 patients since they came into operation. This has saved Kenya and Kenyan families more than Kenya shillings 10 billion. To maximize the clear possibilities presented by this facility, we shall collaborate with the county governments and mobilize necessary investment to modernize health facilities in each of our 47 counties. And I am happy that the county governments are represented in our meeting by the governor of Kiambu. I think he was somewhere with us. Mr. Wamatangi Paul is here to represent also his colleague from Nairobi County. And I have had robust conversation with the counties on this particular subject, and especially on the very primary subject of promotive and preventive health. We have agreed with the counties, for example, that beginning next month, we're going to roll out our community health promoters initiative, where for the first time we are going to equip them appropriately. And the government of Kenya, through the Ministry of Health, is working on the equipment to equip 100,000 community health promoters. And we are also going to work with them on their stipends so that every community health promoter in every locality will be responsible for 100 families. And it will be a requirement that every community health promoter, at least once in a month, they must visit every family, so that we begin the journey to diagnose, we begin the journey to understand the health of our communities, and also prevent unnecessary expenditure on illnesses that can be managed if they were discovered early. We are also working on how to reform the entire chain so that we can also devolve resources, devolve decision-making, and also bring on board all the partners that we have. All our procurement facilities, as I have said here, apart from technology, we are also going to bring on board other stakeholders. We're going to bring on board those partners who help us with the delivery of health, whether they be non-governmental organizations, private hospitals, public themselves to participate. And we have agreed with the counties that they are now working with us on the 315 community primary care networks, 315 primary care networks that are that actually cover every part of Kenya to ensure that we keep tabs on matters health as close to the citizen as is possible, and that decisions will be made at that level on procurement, on service delivery, and we can also give an account of what health looks like in every locality. To further enhance access and affordability of health care, government is committed to promoting investment in local manufacturing of pharmaceutical and non-pharmaceutical medical supplies. Our domestic market for pharmaceuticals and medical consumables is a whopping 110 billion Kenya shillings, of which less than 20% is locally manufactured. There is an immense opportunity for investment in manufacturing and the government of Kenya is going to take all necessary measures to guarantee a business environment to make Kenya the region's pharmaceutical manufacturing hub, both for manufacturing for our local consumption and also for our region. After seeing what Kenyatta University Teaching, Research and Referral Hospital has achieved in establishing a modern center to provide advanced diagnosis and treatment, I am persuaded that it deserves support to complete the stalled Children's Hospital and Pediatric Cancer Wing, and also to construct a women's hospital with a breast cancer center. We are going to work out the details on what that looks like, and we are going to work together to ensure that it is delivered in a timely and, much more importantly, cost-effective manner. We are keen to develop a network of specialized public referral institutions providing advanced care that is driven by scientific research and technological innovation. And again, I want to include the items that were, and I have already told Waziri to look into the next generation sequencing machine so that, and see what we can do in ensuring that we can deliver that facility. Hopefully, we can be able to assess and we can be able to do what that machine is doing elsewhere, but back here in Kenya. So we will work with you. We will work with all the other stakeholders that support this hospital. And I want to thank our good friends from the World Health Organization for their partnership in the delivery of this facility and in what they are doing with us. Again, to commend you for the MOU that was signed this morning between WHO and our Ministry of our Ministry of Health, so that Kenya can be positioned, or we can position ourselves as a country, as a hub. I have already instructed Moses Kuria to provide the 50 acres for you in Mombasa, and he is already working on the details, and I have his commitment that that will be ready in a month's time, and therefore the ball will squarely be in your court thereafter. To strengthen our partnerships with key global institutions for the benefit of the people of Kenya, I am delighted by the decision to make available 30 acres, as has been mentioned, of unutilized land to the World Health Organization for the development of a regional health emergency hub and training center for Africa. I note that this provision leaves adequate land available for the future expansion of the university and this hospital. The MOU signed today provides a framework under which Kenya and WHO will collaborate in health, training, and rescue efforts during disaster and other emergencies. Other benefits expected to accrue from this collaboration will include employment opportunities as well as capacity building and technology transfer. I know Mr. Kamande, the Member of Parliament for this area, will be asking me many questions later. I want to promise you, Mr. Kamande, and the people of your constituency, that the Kamai issue will equally be sorted out. And when I say the Kamai issue, it will only be the Kamai issue. I know that there are other pretenders who want to say they are squatters. We are only going to sort out the squatters in Kamai. The other people who drive big SUVs and want to pretend to be squatters, they will have no chance. Because I think I congratulate Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral, and Research Hospital for this historic milestone, which is also a wonderful medical and technological investment. It is a bold statement of intent which emphasizes Kenya's resolve to become a regionally and internationally competitive healthcare investment destination, medical services, and pharmaceutical hub. Let me also say to all the staff and management of this great institution, my congratulations for the wonderful job you're doing. I was able to witness firsthand the incredible job you're doing in serving the people of Kenya and humanity. And I commend you that our very best wishes as you do this for our country, for our people, and for humanity. I now, ladies and gentlemen, take this opportunity again to congratulate all of you, especially the people who have made this a reality. I remember having a conversation when I was Minister for Higher Education once upon a time. I was having a conversation with Professor Mugenda when she was Vice Chancellor of Kenyatta University about this institution. I am very proud today that I have come to be part of the success of this great facility. Ladies and gentlemen, I now declare the Kenyatta University Teaching, Research and Referral and Hospitals CyberKnife Center officially commissioned, and my very best wishes as you make use of this modern facility. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much, and may the good Lord bless you.
Tumpongeze rais tena kwa makofi kwa hotuba yake iliyo bora.